Hi guys, thought I'd make a short YouTube video to show you how I deal with a common problem that we all face in the shop. I've assembled some of the portable tools that I use frequently. I've got my biscuit joiner, my jigsaws, and others, as you can see. And all of these portable tools have a dust port on them, which allows you to hook up a vacuum and extract a lot of the dust. And I really like that feature because one, don't like to breathe that stuff, and two, sometimes it makes the tool perform better. And they all have it, but the challenge is that every one of these tools, the dust port is a different size. So depending on what hose I've got, whether it be my Shop Vac or my hose from my Festool dust extractor, they don't fit. So it's either very much of a challenge to get them to go onto, or you really have to struggle. Now this one, if I push on it on the porta cable biscuit joiner, it works okay. But I just got a brand new tool. This porta cable Restore is what they call it, which is a cool little drum sander. A drum sander fits in here. Actually, you slide this sanding sleeve on, or a wire brush, and then the material that it removes exits out through this dust port in the back, which again is proprietary and once again doesn't seem to fit anything that I own. So my goal today is to show you how I deal with this problem by building a simple adapter out of materials that you probably already have in your shop. So here's some examples of some adapters that I've made in the past. This particular one allows me to use my floor sweep that you use from your Shop Vac, and then it connects to my Festool vacuum and allows me to use that. This one fits on my jigsaw. Again, it's the same kind of thing. It's made with a 3/4 inch sprinkler, PVC sprinkler adapter, and a piece of PVC Schedule 40 pipe, and it slips over the back here, and then again allows me to put on my hose onto the back of the jigsaw. So let me pull in a little bit closer and I'll show you what I'm trying to do with this new tool that I've got and how we might be able to solve it. A little closer view of the new porta cable Restore that I got, which is just a little drum sander. It's got a little door on it that flips off, and open these two little latches and the door opens, and then that's the drum, and then you can put a sanding sleeve on there, or this whole rubber piece pulls off. I'm thinking that I'm going to use this 3/4 inch PVC, or maybe this Schedule 80, which is a little bit thicker wall, so that it gives me a little more meat to work with, and it still fits on the outside, and then make that fit on the inside. Obviously cut it down. So I've gone ahead and chucked up a small piece of the PVC, the Schedule 80 PVC, in my little small chuck, and I know there's probably people out there laughing, but I am a woodworker. I don't have a metal lathe. But the good news is this stuff is really soft, so I'm just going to use regular woodworking tools to cut it. The camera around so you guys can see a little bit better what I'm doing. And again, I got the plastic chucked up here, and I'm just going to use regular old small spindle gouge. I'll turn it on. I'm running it at about 1,000 RPM, so I'm just until I get a little more familiar with it. But you can see here, it cuts real nicely with this spindle gouge. And then periodically I'll just check and see how I'm doing on size. So I've sized my outside caliper to the size, so I still got a little ways to go. So I'm sure if you had a metal lathe, this would go much faster and much more accurate, but you know, you make do with what you have. So I've managed to taper it down, and I just a little bit off camera, but I used some 80 grit sandpaper to put some ridges in it, which seems to bite pretty well. Let me show you how well it fits into the porta cable tool. So here it is, here's the port, and you can see fits in there pretty good. It's pretty snug. I'll probably cut this off a little bit, but the next step will be to build the other side of it. So I went ahead and chucked up this 3/4 coupler, and my luck is my chuck is just a little bit, won't quite clamp down on this. You go all the way down, and it bottoms out before it grabs, and on the other way, it doesn't quite fit in on the inside. I'm the one size that it won't fit. So what I did is I stuck another piece of PVC in there that I can bite on. Let's see, then I pushed it in and then tightened it up, which made it a little awkward to cut because now you got a lot more wobble on it, as you can see here. But I just first ran my tool rest right on in at 90 degrees, and I took my spindle gouge and went in and just took as much as I could out. Got it very close, a couple of trial and error, putting it on and off, and then I went in with some 80 grit sandpaper to just kind of finish it off. But here's the hose, and it fits in there pretty nicely. It's a little shallow. I probably took a little bit too much off initially, but now what I'm going to do is knock this out and then glue the two pieces together with some PVC glue or epoxy. So back at the bench here, I've got the piece that was cut for the hose. Still got the standard size that will fit this, so the two of these butt together nicely. And there's my adapter, and then that just goes right on in there, and then the hose fits into that. Well, that works great, and with a little bit of effort I got a new hose adapter. Excellent.